I think that it's wonderful to think that anybody is sitting down there with the Lakers game plan. I did that. Now I'm going to eat. This is a business of very strange left turns, incredible timing. I mean, the difference between total success and total failure in Hollywood is a knife edge. You were standing on the wrong corner, and somebody went by, and you didn't meet somebody, or something happened, and your whole entire life is different. I mean, I have no illusions that you people have good hands and bad hands out here, and sometimes the world falls in, and other times it looks like it will go on forever and everything will be terrific. It's there. I don't gamble. I made a pilot in Vegas 13 years ago called Nasty Boys, which was on NBC for a while, and we were actually shooting in Vegas, and we were shooting nights, and we'd come in at 3, 4 o'clock every morning. I'd walk right through the casino and go up to my room, and somebody said, "Don't you? We never stop in the casino." I said, "I don't gamble." They said, "Well, but you're here." I said, "Why would I gamble? I get the Nielsen's every morning, which is real money. That's you're judged every week by X number of million people, and it falls below X number of million people, and they're not watching you anymore. It's a very egalitarian system. Unfortunately, what has happened is that the egalitarian system has been kind of misinterpreted by the networks, and it's getting worse and worse in terms of the trigger being so the trigger pull is so fast because it's so competitive. If something doesn't catch on immediately, it's canceled. And if the operating philosophy of today had been operating, and it gets worse every year, but even let's go back to 1990 when Law and Order went on, it would never survive. Law and Order would never survive today. Hill Street Blues would have been canceled. Miami Vice would have been canceled. Seinfeld would have been canceled. That the only two shows that have come out of the box basically in the last 25 years as certified super hits were Cosby and ER. It happens in each, so you could say it happens in each genre once every 20 years. The reality is it takes time to build an audience for anything that's different. So if you do anything that is at all cutting edge, people are uncomfortable and they won't watch it initially. It takes a season basically for people to get into the habit. And then when it comes to dramas, you are asking people to make an enormous time commitment, an hour, and a lot of the audience has been badly burned because they watch 4 or 5 weeks of a show and it gets canceled. And the next thing that comes in, well, why am I going to waste 4 or 5 hours looking at this thing when they're going to cancel it? I like it. They cancel everything I like, therefore I'm not going to watch anything. And that's part of what's happening to the audience. They'd rather rent a DVD. They'd rather sit there and be on the internet. The network share is going down every year, and there's a reason because there is no built-in loyalty. I hate to say I told you so, but if you look 3 weeks ago on NBC, 22 hours of primetime programming, you take out the 4 datelines that were on that week, so you have 18 hours of entertainment programming. Law and Order won 6 of those hours. There is a reason for that because that's why the brand works. The audience has come to associate that with not transcendent programming every week, but reliability. You will get a show that is well produced, well cast, well written. There's a beginning, middle, and an end. You don't have to see the show next week. You don't have to see the show for a year or 2 years. When you come back, whether it's on NBC or TNT, you will see the same basic show that we promised and gave you in 1990. It's very reassuring. It's kind of like a very safe addiction. The NBC has caught on to this. That's why it's been running 3 times on Saturday. And Zucker and I have discussed this frequently. We both have exactly the same theory. Saturday was the only night of the week where you could not see Law and Order, Criminal Intent, or SVU on some network, whether that was TNT, NBC, or USA. That was the one night that people were blacked out. And I honestly believe there are millions of people out there who don't want to go through a day without seeing the show. It's not It's like the Today Show. It's like Crest toothpaste.
Right.
People are habituated
Right.
to many things, but if it's a good show and you are delivering on the premise and they like the show, they'll keep coming back.